Listener, my cat is taking a piss right next to me. Things are good. I'm fine. No, I really am. I'm doing great. Thank you for all your support. Patreon.com/WHGS to support my special and this podcast. And my tour date. Sign up for my text alert, which is now working internationally. I'm going to be coming to Canada. I'm going to be coming to London, Australia at some point. So please start getting on these email lists, these text lists. All the dates are not set, so don't assume that I'm not coming to your city because this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it really helps me to just be able to reach out. Maybe you stop listening for a while, but you still want to come see me do stand-up. It's just super, super helpful. AshleyGavin.com to sign up. And go follow Maddie. I know you've been enjoying Maddie so much the past few weeks. Maddie T. Wiener on Instagram. They're doing all their own special stuff. She's writing some things on the internet like a Substack. I don't really fully understand it, but she's really, truly one of the most thoughtful, funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. So go follow them. And then this week, my friend Julia Shiplett is on the pod. You've seen her on Comedy Central. She's a phenomenal stand-up comedian. She's so, so good. She was in a long-term relationship with a man right before the pandemic, breaks up with this guy, figures out she's bisexual, and we talk about that initial journey into her bisexual dating. It's and she's just so funny, and we get into also her jewelry line. Just good stuff. It's just a good classic pod episode. And, yeah, you know, I think some of you have kind of caught on that I've been a little low energy lately. So for all of you supporting me by coming to a live show, suggesting this to a friend, supporting on the Patreon, I'm just so grateful to have you involved in this and keeping me afloat during sometimes challenging times. But I love doing this. It is the bright spot sometimes when it gets a little dark, but I'm okay. It's really not that bad. It may sound much worse than it is. It's okay. Now I sound like I'm protesting. Okay, have a great week, guys. This episode is brought to you by Helix. Listener, it's a new year. Don't you think you should be fucking on a new bed? Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
I've been pretty monastic is the word I have been using. And I think I realized that I was queer, bi, whatever you want to say, in like 2017, but didn't really act on it until about early 2019. Dated women, had fun, and then the pandemic happened. I'm just comfortable feeling the way I'm feeling right now and like not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Even though I, in theory, want to. I am horny, but it just isn't. I am like borderline feral, but
Some people are effortlessly cool. You're effortlessly cool.
No, I'm not.
You are. You're effortlessly.
You are.
I know. Yeah, see?
You are.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You are. You also have an air of mystery.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm so not mysterious.
You thought about it for a second.
Do I?
Is there stuff in my teeth?
No.
Great.
Is there some in my teeth?
No.
I just ate.
I ate. That's why.
Oh, I was going to say, is this just a manifestation of your internal?
insecurity.
Yeah.
No, I ate like like those macro bars. Like they're like a power bar that's like a macro bar. It's just like,
I don't know what that is.
I mean, I feel like all these bars are like, it's healthy, but I'm eating a chocolate bar.
Yes.
Or the ones
Yeah.
like, it's organic, so I feel fine about
Really,
it.
the only thing different between that and a Snickers is the Snickers has caramel.
Exactly.
Right?
No, and it's.
Do you ever have the ones that are like 3 eggs and 2 dates?
Yes,
and that's
yes.
it. I don't believe them.
They're also,
I don't think that's actually what's in it.
I don't
That's
think so
Big
either.
Macro Bar lying
That
to
is
us
Big
about
Macro.
what's in Big Macro. You got to look out for Big Macro.
You got to.
It's macro.
Macro.
Big
Whoa.
Big.
It's so true. It's so true.
Big macro, big macro.
It looks like a shit bar, and I'm eating it what looks like shit on the train because I was like shaking with hunger here, and then I was just scared I like had shit in between.
I know.
teeth.
That's why
Okay.
I set up the guest bathroom. I was like, oh, we'll have floss and mouthwash
Are you
for
saying
everybody.
that there
and
is
a
another
steamer.
bathroom in here?
Julia,
I'm gonna jump. This is insane.
I'm going to jump from your 27th story beautiful big glass windows.
and I'm bringing you down with me.
I didn't want the second bathroom, but now I'm very grateful for it because
Oh, I didn't want it. Fuck off.
when I was budgeting,
I was going to donate it, but honestly,
I usually get secondhand bathrooms.
I thought about letting a poor person live in it, but you know.
How do I adapt to this? I don't know how to likably adapt to this. Someone listener write in. How do I
Don't be likable. You got to embrace it.
I am kind of a cunt on the pod, so I guess it fits into my character.
You're powerful. That's what this means. You're powerful. We're punching up right now.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to take it like the good little podcast.
We're punching up and you're standing over us, and opening your asshole, being like, get in there.
For a good fisting.
Yeah.
No, but I wasn't planning when I was looking for an apartment. I was like, I don't need a second bathroom. But the market is so fucking. Have you moved recently?
No.
The market's insane right now. It's very hard to get an apartment.
You looked at me like, jet setter. I do go on Zillow, but I only look at $5 million penthouse apartments.
Yes, of
and
course.
I'm like, never,
you ever
but
look
it's
at
gorgeous.
like an apartment in a city for what you're paying, but in another city, and you're fully like HGTVing it, and you know what I mean?
Oh my God, that would make me so sad.
It's
deeply upsetting.
It's really upsetting.
I mean, I do check Street Easy, like
Street Easy's
Craigslist. I check them all.
You can't live in New York City without having a Street Easy problem.
Exactly.
You need to check out what's going on. You got to always be aware, comparing. It's really unhealthy.
It's not healthy.
You know what I've noticed too is I look
bad.
at real estate when I'm sad.
Yeah.
When I want a different life.
When I'm dreaming
I'm like,
of
I wish
a different life.
I look at huge glass windows and I'm like, I wish everything was just easy.
Yeah. But the thing is that's one of those, you guys are going to punch me up my asshole again. But
Say rich bitch.
No, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, this is going to solve my problems, but it doesn't.
No, I agree with you.
You think you're going to move to a new place and all of a sudden your hip pain is going to go away. but it turns out that actually doesn't happen. You think you're going to have a healthy relationship after you guys move. And it turns out that you're not going to have a healthy relationship.
I think your mom's going to suddenly love you again.
Right, exactly. No. There's no
wherever you
amount
go,
of
there
money
you are.
that makes you, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I look at these big apartments and I'm like, I could have all my friends over. And I'm like, bitch, the reason you're not going to parties is not because you're poor. Like, that's not what's stopping me. Like, you know what I mean? I could go to parties.
You know what's so funny is part of the reason I wanted to make it kind of feel nice in here is I was like, I'll have friends over and we'll play board games. And I set up a goal for myself to do it every week. And that's why I'm racing to decorate this place because before my birthday, I want to try and have friends.
Dude, that rocks.
You want to have a board night every goddamn week?
The goal is every week so that I do it once a month.
Okay, good.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That would be incredible. Fair. But that really is that's when you have a big space. I will look at these big apartments and I'm like, I'll have my friends over for Shabbat dinner. I'm like,
Shabbat.
The apartment's going to help me find God. You know what I mean? Like I'm an atheist and I'm like, we'll have Shabbat. I'll host the high holidays. Like
suddenly your apartment is like New York's Jewish hotspot club.
Lucas
every
Zelnick
Friday.
this is so inside baseball, but Lucas Zelnick is bringing over all his hot Jewish friends. Lucas Zelnick is a very rich Jew and a comedian. He's very funny.
He's very funny.
But anyway, that was good. We have from Comedy Central, great comedian Julia Shiplett.
I couldn't find the applause button.
It's okay.
Applause.
It's a new soundboard. No, take it. Take your time. Thanks for being here. You have a set on Comedy Central, but you do a lot of cool things.
Oh, thank you.
You're like one of the cool kids, I would say.
You keep using this word, and it was such a funny intro for your show.
I apologize for the bad intro.
It wasn't a bad intro, but it was just like
you're supposed to.
Is it a live show?
Yeah, you're supposed to say, "Oh, give it up for this person. They're very funny." You're not supposed to do anything weird. And I
she's very cool, and I was like, "Oh God."
I hope it. I didn't say it that way.
No.
I was saying it again, aspirational. When I get the cool sunglasses and the sick jacket, everyone's gonna want to be my friend.
Oh my God! Cool. Also, the brand is very strong.
I'm trying.
You know
very hard.
this. You know.
No, I don't.
Strong.
That I don't know. The apartment's pretty nice, but the brand I'm not as.
If being followed around by an army of lesbians doesn't fix you, then you got to go inward.
Seriously,
it's not gonna be the glasses.
I'm really amazed. You're very funny. You're also very mean to your crowd in a way that they are just sopping wet for. And I'm not used to seeing that. Watching you is it makes me think of that meme of the two women where one is holding the girl's ponytail and feeding her milk, you know, and you're just shoving milk in their faces, and they're like, "Yes,
you
mommy.
haven't seen this?
You know what? You know what it is.
Oh my God!
Yeah, pull it up.
I'm pulling it up.
Alex,
that's so fucking
if
funny.
If we're able to stick it into the YouTube, I don't know if it's.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm talking about, Maddie, right?
We'll just hold it. I know what you're talking
camera.
about. Milk lesbian meme.
Milk lesbian meme.
horrified of what else this is going to bring up.
Well, while Maddie's getting that, what else are you working on? What
There
should
we go. You're the blonde.
Oh my god.
And that's your audience.
This is very attractive.
You haven't seen that like as a meme?
This makes me think of just your style with your show.
Yeah, we were talking about this before as you came in. But anyway, back to you because you are the true focus, and Alex will chunk out enormous pieces of this because I am uncomfortable. But what are you working on? Where can people find you and your stuff? Because you're so funny. You're very different. You have such a laid back persona that I really admire. I wish I would love to be able to just be in a moment. Like your beach joke made me laugh so hard because I was just like, I love how you existed in this moment where you were just like describing the beach in a funny way. I would never give myself permission to do that, even though it's so fun.
Actually,
you know what I mean?
Nothing else. I mean, this summer I didn't do anything but go to the beach and like disassociate. So I was just like, this is what I'm talking about. Like there was so little activity happening upstairs.
I loved the bit.
Thank you. But thank you. I appreciate that. I am deeply neurotic though, to be honest. I think I just am I think I just have like a lower energy level.
Yeah.
I'm not really a yeller. I don't feel comfortable doing that.
But that's so cool because it gets
Can
so
you
old when
imagine
everyone
not
has the
yelling on
same.
stage? That'd be crazy.
My voice gets like hoarse
I know,
sometimes.
I don't think you're a huge yeller.
No, you're a normal person.
You
then.
thank
you
you.
project though. You have like a really good stage voice naturally.
I'm sorry, I was a theater kid.
Yeah,
I was also a
that
theater
shows.
kid.
That shows. Yeah.
Were you not a theater kid?
No.
What kind of little gay were you?
I mean, I like a little asexual one. I think probably so scared of sex of any kind. I mean, I was like, I thought I was going to go to art school in high school.
I can see that.
Yeah,
For like fine art painting kind of
Yeah.
thing.
You can paint?
Oh my gosh.
I used to be very into painting and drawing and like jewelry making. I've gotten back into the jewelry biz.
Wait, jewelry? That's
earlyretirement.nyc on Instagram if you want to look.
Oh, okay.
You're making and selling jewelry?
I was during the pandemic.
Get
I have
out.
fully abandoned it now.
Maddie
but I
was
want to get
making
back
rugs.
I was making rugs.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my God. Like the
I
Etsy
love-
trend?
Oh my gosh. So you're crafty.
I'm a crafty little bitch.
I love this. We
Wait,
should
it's
craft
huge that
sometime.
you're talking about jewelry because I was going to talk about jewelry today, but I'll save it.
Okay.
That's a theme emerging. Do you have the? I have a friend.
Emerging themes with
Yeah.
Maddie Weiner.
Put that on.
Emerging themes jewelry. Huge today. Did you do like the little like where you have the foil and the fire thing and you melt it and you're like
Soldering?
soldering?
Yes.
Yeah. Did
I
you
should
read
know that.
Mm-mm.
You should know that, engineer's kid.
But
I didn't do that though. No, I didn't.
No soldering.
I was beads and drawing and painting pretty
Yeah.
much.
Ooh.
But yeah, I liked doing like tactile
Yeah.
crafty things. And then I got really into my journalism teacher in high school was like, you're a good writer. And so of course I was like, all right, well I have to go all in on that.
Right.
And then became
You got
like,
validation from an
adult.
older woman.
from a
From a man?
a man.
Oh, I assumed it was a woman. You know that English teacher whole thing with the English teacher and gays?
I
a
hate
queer,
to say
wonderful
it.
man.
Oh, okay.
So
That's great.
yeah, I mean,
I had a crush on a male English teacher. I understand it. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
You're off the pod. You're done. Get out of here.
I don't.
I'm pulling
to be
every
honest-
memory of a dick out of my head like Dumbledore into that little memory thing.
You're swirling it. It's just shots in the.
It does look like when he does it. It does look like, you know what I'm talking about? It looks like
you know
Dumbledore's
the
pulling a
scene?
trail of out of his brain. That's what I do every day before I come into the podcast studio. I'm like, I've never seen a dick in my life.
There's like a little fountain outside that we make you do. Like everyone has to do it before they come into the apartment.
It's like when you're searching someone for drugs, you make me cough, and if any comes out, you're like, out. Different.
All right, let me pull my little out.
Yeah. Pull your out, please. You know what I've got going on? Nothing. Pure.
dry up there.
You're gay no matter what. One time I had someone write in being like, you shouldn't use the term gold star because it alienates people. It makes it seem like the best way to be is you've never. I'm like,
And
no,
I can tell by the voice you're doing that you really respected that opinion.
I respect them deeply. No, I understand what they're saying, but it's also just a bit.
Yeah, I feel very queer, and I also feel like masculinity and all like the times I've been met, like that is like part of my
Yes, of course.
queerness in a way. My straightness is part of my queerness.
And I validate you with a gold star.
But no,
Very
but like
good
genuinely,
job.
I completely agree with that. It's just funny.
It's just funny.
It's just
a
funny
bit.
to say.
Well, let's get in the intros because we've been bantering a while. Copy the format. I am Ashley Gavin, cis gay white woman, she, her pronouns. You guys! Really yelling. I've got Dallas coming up, Utah, so many places. Winnipeg? Are you joking? Winnipeg? That's real.
Wow.
Real. So get on the text list. And also on the text list, we're going to be dropping when my special drops. So even if you're like, oh, you're not coming to my city, get on there because you don't even have to put your zip code in. Just put in your number or whatever, or your email, and we'll get to you, okay? And then patreon.com/WHGS to get all the bonus episodes. We've been putting one out every week. We're really on top of it. And then, as always, to keep me from getting canceled, we've got our little hall monitor over here in love with their queer male English teacher.
I'm sorry, he was straight.
He was just absolutely bottoming, hoping for some imaginary prostate stimulation from that English teacher. I don't know. It was just what organically came out of me. Sometimes you just have to follow the fun, and sometimes the fun is prostate stimulation that you didn't know that you wanted.
Prostate stimulation sounds so medical.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Not
it sounds like
hot.
you're testing that it's still working. Like it's not.
And we can do that test for you, and it will come back negative. Give it up for Maddie Wiener.
Hello, I'm Maddie Wiener. She, they pronouns, gender. It's under construction. And I'm Maddie T. Wiener on Instagram. All my stuff's in my Linktree.
Maddie to
I won't bore ya.
20K.
Hell yeah. That's our Kony 2012. Maddie 20K.
Did you do Kony 2012? Do you remember?
I do remember
Yeah,
Kony.
yeah.
Oh,
That
I
was
was in
20
middle school. I changed my
was
Facebook
big.
cover photo.
I did mine too. I was an
No,
adult.
you didn't. You did?
I did. Was it?
I
was
did it too.
Wait,
they
what-
got me.
I felt
They
like
got
it was
me.
like.
Was it a real thing?
Well,
It
I
was
mean,
he was insane. He turned out to be not okay.
The guy who
guy.
was running it.
Yeah, you didn't hear about this? He started running up and down the street naked. He had a total mental breakdown.
Oh.
It's not funny. The mental breakdown is sad, but also pretty funny.
Okay, I didn't. I thought it was just one of those things that people say so much that it became like. I honestly don't.
I
even
don't
know.
actually think I understand. I don't even remember fully what it is, but I feel like my memory of it was like it was all sort of
Alex knows. Alex
I know a
jumping
lot
in.
about it.
He's big on the Kony 2012.
Dude, it was like the charity was called Invisible Children, just like this nice Mormon dude. I forget his name.
He was
but-
Mormon.
Oh, now I
well,
can
he was
say that he had
Christian.
a mental
He might
breakdown.
not
It was
be
funny,
Mormon,
and
but
now
he was
we'll
very
be okay
Christian.
with it.
it's fine.
But yeah, for whatever reason, for all his life, he was obsessed with stopping forced child soldiers in Uganda.
For whatever reason, he wanted to protect kids.
In Uganda, though, like he's an American dude.
Right. He was doing this.
He
was
picked
his
the cause.
But
charitable
that's like a
thing,
good, like right.
Yeah, I mean it's cool,
Yeah.
but yeah, for this Kony, he's like stop Joseph Kony, warlord, enslaving
Yes.
kids for warfare. It blew up beyond his wildest dreams. It kind of went too crazy. He kind of had a
Probably
mental
from the
break
fame,
'cause
it got
running
to
all
him.
over, and then
yeah.
it just disappeared after that.
What is he doing
Yeah.
today?
I don't know. I think he's just hanging out.
I hope
Okay,
he's
if we
well.
can find out, I hope he's well.
He's better. I saw an interview afterwards where he's like talking about his mental break.
Oh,
And it was like, yeah.
I'm
a
glad.
lot of it was like the stress of he
What
was
a,
really
is
running
he a
around.
white guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a white thing to do
He's
to be
like
like, you're trying to
a-
stop
So
child
white.
soldiers and like, actually my mental health is taking the foreground right now. Like, what are we doing? It's a serious issue. Anyway.
So it
I
wasn't
don't
a
know, maybe we should cut
scam. He
that.
did. Did he actually help?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think it was a scam, but I don't know how useful it was.
Got it.
got it.
If that's, I'll do the
Well, sure.
research.
It's just like anything else that we do. Like, how helpful are the black squares? Probably not very. Awareness is one thing, but like at a certain point, you have to fucking do something.
We're coming in with hot Kony 2012. We're reassessing the situation of Kony 2012.
But anyway, Julia, do you mind introducing yourself?
I love following Kony 2012 for my intro. Hello, I'm Julia Shiplett. She, her pronouns, cis, bisexual, mixed Asian, biracial, Midwesterner.
Oh yeah, you're from the Mid. Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
From
I said
Chicago.
yeah.
That's so cool. I love my shows in the Midwest.
Chicago's
They've
a great
been
comedy town.
great audiences.
Yeah.
really great audiences in the Midwest. Well,
I'm sorry, I don't. I think like as
is this another Kony thing?
No. I'm dropping that.
Oh, okay. Thank
But
God.
as I feel like as a Jewish person in the Midwest, sometimes I'm like, it's so polite. It drives me a little insane. Did
I
you
agree.
feel that growing up there where I'm like, can we talk about something real?
Oh, I don't
It's
mean the conversation. I mean the shows.
Are you from Chicago?
No, I just went to college there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm from Evanston. And so growing up, honestly, I think I thought I was Jewish for a long time because the North Shore of Chicago is
Yes.
quite
Oh,
Jewish.
yeah.
Yes.
So most of my friends growing up were Jewish. So I felt honorarily very Jewish.
But to be fair, when I went to Iowa and Omaha, when I did my Jewish jokes, they really were like, "Oh, I don't know what that is." Like they did not.
Sometimes there's a thing with other places where you forget that you're like, they just haven't met a Jewish person.
Yeah.
I grew up, when I was like, until I was 7, we lived in LA and I went to like a school that was all Jewish kids. And so I thought Jews were like a third of the world.
Yeah.
I was like, it's Muslims, Christians, and Jews. Then I moved
Yeah.
to North Carolina and I was like, oh, y'all have like literally never met a Jewish person before.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but when you live in an area that's like,
Well, Chicago is like
Chicago is Midwest light. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's a different beast, but yeah, it's a great comedy town.
yeah, it's
Great
a
comedy town.
dope that's where I'm filming my special.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Where?
yeah.
Really?
What
At the Den.
Amazing.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
So
The Den is
good.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, and the sound is killer.
It's where Sam Morril recorded his special.
Yes, yeah. That's part of the reason why I chose it. Not Sam Morril particularly, but a couple people have very successful specials from there. So, listener, are you listening to our Patreon exclusive You're Having Gay Sex? Well, here's a sneak peek of what you missed last week.
I didn't realize something was wrong until I smelled it.
What?
I had fucked her so hard that she'd shit herself on my couch.
I have follow-up questions. I have never heard this before. I mean, I've definitely heard in Dirty Talk, like, fuck the shit out of you, but I never assumed that it was a possibility. What did she have to eat before? There are 4 bonus episodes a month of this series, You're Having Gay Sex, on our Patreon at the $10 tier, and then 2 at the $5 tier. Patreon.com/WHGS. But anyway, I did have gay sex this week, but I'm going to go back a little bit in time and talk about this really funny moment. I went glamping over the summer.
It's like a vacation?
Yeah, like I went upstate.
Wait, what was the glam part of it?
the glam?
Yeah.
It's like camping, but you're in a more furnished campsite. It's like
a bougie tent.
yeah, bougie
with
tent.
like-
That's
Was there
LED
facilities?
lights and
Was there like a shower outside and stuff?
They had a-
Boo, get on the dirt. Boo.
I've been in the dirt.
No.
I've been in the fucking dirt.
That's what the whole. I feel like the fun part of camping is. Sorry, I'm coming in with hot takes.
Yeah.
I feel like the fun part of
No,
camping
Kony 2012.
is the primal.
Keep camping dirty. Hashtag keep the dirt in camping.
Keep the dirt in camp. No, I will say that camping's like primal, and it's supposed to be
I agree with you.
paying money to go camping. What are we doing?
No, but it was. That's not why I didn't go for the camping.
Ash
I went
was in
for
a bed.
I was for the glamping.
you can
see
eat
what I'm saying?
pussy on a rock. What do you think?
I would like to say that you cannot eat pussy on a rock. That is a gay virgin take right there.
You can fry
I'm
an
so
egg on a
sorry to
rock.
say
You can
it.
do anything on a rock.
You can fry an egg. And of course,
Well, it's
anywhere
hot
where
outside.
you can fry an egg, you can obviously try
should
and dig
sleep.
around and get some
Yeah.
eggs. You should sleep.
Yeah.
Anywhere. The sidewalk, a stove.
I think this also I'm not against camping, but I feel like this is also because I think we're around the same age. At this point in my life, my back will be so fucked up from a tent, I think, that I need a bed.
Totally.
I need a bed.
I want to go camping for different reasons than I want to go glamping.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not saying glamping is camping. I'm with you. I've done a lot of camping. I'm gay. I'm a white gay woman. You don't think I fucking camp? You don't think I know how to do a little stove?
I'm sorry, that was inappropriate of me.
Yeah, it was. I can throw a bear bag over a branch.
Can you?
I can.
Okay.
And I used to know how to tie knots and shit.
Used to. You lost it?
Yeah, it's gone. Once you stop wearing a strap on and you're not doing the knots actively,
You lost your knot badge.
I lost my. Yeah, I did. But I went glamping. It was just there were fireflies. There was a friendly orange fat cat.
Who are you with?
A girl.
Oh my God, you got so nervous. Girl, nobody.
I went with
Girl,
who I'm
no,
referring
no.
to as Main.
Who?
My main. I'm not in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a very much regular.
Cool.
And we're figuring out.
We
It's
got a
growing.
regular slapping your pussy on the counter. You want the usual?
You want
Just
to
like
fry
a
up
bar
this egg
regular
for you? You going with
The
the
number
usual?
6. Yeah.
The
number 6.
The puss and cheese. You want the puss and cheese?
You want your pubes scrambled like hash browns?
But we went up there. There were twinkly lights, like with the fire. The fireflies are beautiful. They had an orange cat that lived in the house on the property that we were on. It was so cute. What was his name? Gatuno.
Whoa.
Gatuno.
Cool cat
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Big fat orange cat. Just the best cat. You know, super. We went on these walks. And what I want to talk about is, and it was super romantic. Honestly, of all the little trips that I've been on romantically, the glamping was probably the most romantic. And I've done regular camping, but the glamping won because it was the perfect mix of being able to relax and
Be outside.
Yeah.
And
Being in
Yeah.
nature
That's
with
the
somebody you're
thing.
in love with and like seeing the
Yes.
star is like, because it's like so primal and so like
yes.
we depend on each other. Oh my God, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. But the part that I want to talk about is we went on a hike. And on the hike, we were walking, you know, obviously there's like a little bit of path and there's more woods. And I got really scared. There are other people walking this path too. It's like a beautiful day. Lots of people are out. I see a massive snake. Big snake. And I go, ah! You know, because I'm scared of the snake. It's very close to me,
Uh-huh.
the snake.
Was it just because it was phallic shaped or because
That's actually, honestly, the nature part of it, like the animal. I was like, oh, it's just a snake. I thought that was a massive cock. Excuse me. Why am I screaming and crying right now? It's just a snake.
That's right. I thought it was a rattlecock with shaky little maraca balls.
That was really good. I'd air horn that, but
Thank
I
you.
don't. The new soundboard, I don't even know. Air horn. Wow.
Whoa,
I'm bad
that
at it.
sucked.
That really.
Well, you hit it like 4 times.
Yeah. Well, I was
We're
trying to
do
do
like
a,
a boom.
no. We didn't hit it.
That was hard.
We'll have to figure that out. We might be
Workshop
going back
that.
to my janky old. But when I screamed from the snake, the big group of we were up in upstate New York, very red Republican area. This group of people behind me, this old guy goes, "This guy saw a snake." And I was like, I said to Main, I was like, oh, you can name Main, by the way, just for the story for today. What would you like her name to be? The girl that I'm with.
Oh, number 6.
Number 6. So 6, she goes, that guy called you this guy. I was like, yeah, I heard it. I think, and we were like, I think he thinks that we're a straight couple
Oh my God.
because I'm wearing a backwards hat and the whole thing. But yeah. And then the group comes over to look at the snake and he kind of doubles down. He goes, "This guy saw a snake. This guy saw a snake." And I went,
Whoa.
yeah. And I was like trying to figure out if he knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of leaned into it. I was like, yeah, I did see a snake. You know, I was like trying to clarify.
This guy saw a snake.
Sure did,
And I've never
honey.
seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, and then I was like, yeah, it was, pretty scary. And then this guy, he goes, because I think it kind of jumped and then like ran away. And he goes, "He scared the snake. And then the snake scared him."
It's like going out of his way to be like,
Yeah.
Misgender me.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
so strange.
Yeah, he was like, he scared the snake and the snake scared him. And I've never.
probably because the snake sensed his giant penis.
Yeah, literally.
Exactly.
His cock is bigger than the cock.
This guy's massive dick shared the skin out of this tiny one, or the shit out of this tiny one, rather. Yeah, it was like that. He just kept misgendering me. And it was so, obviously I didn't love it, but I was also like, it's funny
It
because
was amusing.
it was amusing. And for some reason, them makes me, this guy clearly just couldn't fathom 2 women being on a date together. Because the girl I was with, 6, she's very feminine. So I think he was just like, I think he just couldn't imagine. Like,
Yeah.
he was just,
Wait, but what were you saying about they, them? Did he call you they?
no. But I was going to say,
Because it would be really funny to not understand lesbian couples, but to jump straight to like, Oh, sorry. Z and Zim are on a date. Can't be two girls, but
Zim scared the snake, and the snake scared Zim.
Hey, Zim better be voting for Trump. You're like, what? How did you skip 5 steps?
Listen, gender is a spectrum, but I am pro-life. But then I forget what I was going to say was sometimes people will just use they, them with me to be safe or whatever. But that actually hurts my feelings more than this like Republican calling me a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I am like very comfortable in my gender, and I like the plight of the slightly masculine woman. You know what I mean? Like we're out there.
Yeah.
We're using she, her. So it's interesting. I'm not offended by it, but like I think when that guy misgenders me, it's because he has a fundamental misunderstanding of the world.
Yes, correct.
But when someone's like, oh, they, them, I'm like, oh, you're actually not perceiving who I am.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel like a little bit
Makes
like,
sense.
yeah.
You thought about it and chose that.
Right,
versus
exactly.
his
You were being
instinctual-
thoughtful. And
Yeah.
to be fair, I'd rather like non-binary and trans folks not be misgendered. So like go ahead, use they, them in a questionable situation if that's like what you want to do. But also my pronouns are she, her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, total. Well, and it's like, it is still like misgendering. Like I also like assuming, like I know what you mean. It's like, yeah, people are trying to err on the side of like not misgendering somebody, but it also is like they, them isn't necessarily neutral. Like if someone's pronouns
Exactly.
are she, her, their pronouns are she, her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like people, I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I was just reading about that. Like people like will do that to trans people sometimes.
Yes.
And it's like, no, that's not
Totally.
affirming. You're like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
I think-
people's pronouns are just what their pronouns are.
I think for me, when I was like in middle school and I was like a tomboy and everyone would remark on how masculine I was, that was fine as long as you didn't call me like a boy. And I think that's what it gets back to. It's like, oh, I'd like to have my masculinity and my femininity. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. But anyway, that's my gay section this week, and I will never get this man's voice out of my head.
He scared the snake.
The snake scared him.
He sounds like someone in like an old Western cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. It was so cartoonish. It was so cartoonish. But anyway, that's my gay section this week. Listener, one of the best ways to support this podcast is to come see me live, okay? It's a really great way to just support the whole team and everything that we do here. So get on my text list or my email list. It's international, both of them. AshleyGavin.com. Go sign up, and I'll literally text you when I'm in your area. So you don't have to hear all these plugs. You can skip right by them. Don't even worry about your city. Just get on one of those 2 things, and I will let you know, okay? Because there's a lot of cities coming, and I just remaking this announcement over and over again. We all think it's annoying. You do. I do. Get on the text list, you piece of shit. Julia, did you have gay sex this week?
Absolutely not. No. It's only Wednesday. The week is young.
We
Give me
can
a
go back to
shot.
last weekend if you want. Would
Didn't
that
have
be
it then
helpful?
either. No,
Right.
I've been pretty monastic is the word I have been using this year, I would say. This year.
But a lot of people identify with that.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot of
good.
people who are coming out, you know, which is a lot of people because of the pandemic. So many
Yeah.
people are newly out there, and they're not necessarily finding anyone that they connect with, you know, because it's new. They're also, I would say, monastic.
As
Yeah.
someone who's also not had sex in, well, I haven't had sex in a year probably.
Really?
I appreciate that you said, thank you. I appreciate that you said,
Wait,
that
you want me to adjust? Really? You piece of shit.
I do think it's funny that you were like, some people identify. I was like, I don't identify. I'm not getting laid. That's what's happening.
I do think there's a difference, though. You got to be careful. I've had asexual people write in. Well, asexual is interesting because the community also is okay with you using it as a term for whatever point you're in. Whatever.
Oh,
Alex,
interesting.
I don't super love what I'm saying right now. Anyway, but you were in a. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I very much relate to that. I haven't had sex in a year.
I mean, but I'm not. I am.
No, I'm not a loser.
I was just gonna say though that I am horny, but it just isn't. I am like borderline feral, but I just am
I
like
am vibrating.
I am. No, really, literally, I am chomping at the bits, but I.
Chomping at the bits. That was an excellent pluralization. I don't know if that was a Freudian slip, but I was like, that I want to chomp on your bits. That's what I would like to do.
Yes, that's what it was. I just am not doing anything to change my situation. You know,
And that's
I'm almost like
fine.
I'm just comfortable feeling the way I'm feeling right now and like not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Even though I in theory want to. But
The day will come.
the day will come. The day will come. But no, it's been a
So you're not on the apps or anything like that?
I'm very, very passively on Hinge.
Oh, that's so
and
relatable.
I'm just not feeling it.
I don't
And
swipe. I wait for them to come in.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. But I'm
Power
Do you
move.
like- your DMs are probably insane.
They're really not. They're really not.
That's got to be humility. That's insane. That's crazy. There's no way.
No.
Are you
There's
on
no way.
Field? I feel like that's
I went on
the
there
one,
for a day and got a little intimidated.
It's a lot.
It's a
Wait,
lot.
is that a queer app?
It's like
it is very queer.
it's
for
queer. It's also poly.
It's a kink app.
It's kinky.
Oh.
It's like a kink app for people who are like they have a master's. You know, it's like it's a little. There's just something about it that feels a little like
If you don't have the master's degree, get back on Tinder, you piece of shit. What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's a lot of ethical non-monogamy and all that, which
Yes.
is like great. But like even just creating the profile, I was like, this is a lot of work. This
It
is
is.
very daunting.
You really have to know yourself.
It was like
being poly is like a job, dude.
couldn't be me.
I was hooking up with a poly girl and she showed me her calendar and I was like, damn, like how do you have
A calendar?
There's a lot of calendars. Oh yeah, very common.
Whoa.
You're juggling a lot of people.
That you have to be like, I think, pretty type A to pull that shit off. No, really, you have to be very organized.
You do.
Like, it's not even, I like in theory understand it, but like realistically, I'm like, who's got the bandwidth?
How do you
Yeah,
be poly and have ADHD?
I was literally about to make this
There's
joke.
got to be overlap, but like, what do you
Of course.
do?
Yeah, write in, listener. Are you poly and ADHD? How do you manage your schedule?
How do you find one person?
How do you even start the poly off?
Yeah.
We got to tip the dominoes at some point.
Yeah.
So-
So I kind of don't do anything right now.
And you're just waiting for the universe
I
to
mean-
plop someone down.
I have attractions and crushes and things like that and people I talk to, but like I'm not actively pursuing.
Having a
much.
crush is so fun. It's almost better.
I
than-
know. I love crushes.
It's so good.
Who was I talking to recently that I was like, no one will understand like the queer. There's nothing better than like a crush for a queer person because our lives are on the line if you fuck it up. Like getting caught at a sleepover. You know what I mean? Like if you're at a sleepover or slumber party with your crush as a child, you know, teenager or whatever. The anticipation of that, the tension. It's like so high stakes because you don't want to get outed.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So I feel like a crush for a queer person is just like so intense because it brings up memories of that.
Like, I'm starting to have that now where I'm like, oh, wait, are they straight? Like, when I have a crush on someone, I'm like, I don't know if they're straight. And then it's like, fuck,
Yeah.
that's so hard.
Yeah. But
Wow, kind of breaking news. Sometimes being gay is hard. Who knew? Wow. Hey, you weren't making it up. Congrats. Sorry, maybe cut that out.
no, that's funny. I don't know why we're all like, it's because of me. I led the insecurity bandwagon. No one has said anything wrong, but I'm like just so tired. I'm like, oh, I hate myself. Can't cut everything. I was gonna ask you because like I saw you. I don't remember what I figured out that you were queer or bisexual or whatever terms you want to use. But I remember you doing like, I thought you had some relationship material and then I heard like some breakup material and then I heard some bisexual material. So I was like following your queer journey.
That's the
But I
journey.
don't know when you came out and stuff like that.
I think I started realizing it at the middle/end of my relationship with a man. And then you know, we did break up and then I was a husk of a woman for a little while. And then I was like, okay, let's explore this thing.
Was this like in adulthood?
Yes.
This
yes.
is really recent.
This
in terms
was
of the
in-
history of your life.
This, yeah,
Oh,
it was.
sorry.
This is, I started actually, I mean, I think I realized that I was queer, bi, whatever you want to say, in like probably 2017. And then, but didn't really act on it until about early 2019.
Mm.
And then, you know, dated women here and there casually, was kind of Like very like I can't be in anything serious. I was, I just kind of dated around with a lot of people, a lot of different types of people. Had fun, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And then, had pockets of fun within the past 2.5 years, but not 2022.
When the numbers were low.
Yeah. When the numbers were low. Yeah. So that's kind of been it.
What was it like? One of our most common, I would say, demos is the bisexual woman who has just gotten out of a relationship with her husband or boyfriend. I get so many messages from people like that.
That's kind of what I kind of had the same thing where I was like, I realized I was bisexual. I like knew, but I was like, yeah, maybe not. And then I was like, oh no, I'm definitely queer and bisexual while I was in a relationship with a man who was like very supportive of it. But it's like, yeah, that's a very unique situation to be in.
Well, you can be supportive, but it's also like, what can you do? Some people will you'll open up the relationship, but not everyone is down for that.
Yeah.
So it's also like, it's like, how do you explore your bisexuality? Like the internet, this podcast, like that's how people.
It's really, I think it can be, I think it totally depends on the relationship, the dynamic. I also think it has to do with how I had never been in therapy before all of this either. I think that if I maybe had been in therapy while realizing this and being able to vocalize this in like a loving way to my partner, things could have also been differently. But I think I was also like, I'm trapped, I'm stuck. I felt like it felt scary and really bad. And I was like, I don't know how to explore this part of myself while being in a straight relationship. And I don't think I was a great partner, honestly, for part of that, because I was like, I feel I'm really sad and I love this person, but I don't know how to tap into this thing inside of me that is kind of becoming very distracting in a way. Distracted. Bisexuality, a little distracting. But
he's like trying to tell you about your day and you're like, his day. You're like, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about women. Go on.
I mean,
I love you and I care about you, but also, like, I wish I could have gone into therapy and just been like, yowza,
You're walking down the street, you're holding hands. It's like a beautiful fall day. You're like, look at the tits on her. He's like, what? I mean, yeah, but are you okay?
It's back. It's the meme. It's the meme where I'm the guy looking at the woman. Dude. He's like, I need to stop talking about memes.
No, we love memes.
Okay.
We're
good.
pro meme, especially. I know that one.
You do know that one.
Yeah.
Maybe the most famous. Yes.
It is truly like one of the most famous memes.
It is.
That and the sticker on the water tank.
I think also another option for people listening who are like, is you can also like have threesomes with your partner if that's like a thing you're interested in. It was a fun moment. I maybe need to cut this. I don't think he would have a problem with me saying this, but it's fun to be in a relationship with a guy and you're both like, oh, she's really cute. Like that's like a fun moment.
With that?
I don't know, just because
he knows the world knows that he's into women.
I don't know if my straight ex-boyfriend would care that I'm saying he's straight. But.
I do that with the women. I do that with the women I date. I love being in a relationship where both of you are like, whoop.
She's really cute. Yeah, that's like fun. And I'm not like I don't know that I'm a poly person, but like it's like it's fun to have that option. But also I don't know. I just relate really hard to that because it is hard and it's hard to be like it's hard when you're like I don't want to leave this person, but I also. This is a part of me that like I want to explore. Although it's, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because we broke up and then I didn't fuck anybody. So
I need to explore making rugs, arts and crafts.
No, but I mean, I think that can be very fun for people if that works. But I think for me, I was like, I don't want this to be a threesome situation. And I don't think he did either. Actually, I don't think he was comfortable with that.
For a first time, that's also like a big commitment.
Yeah.
Also,
there's a lot of things happening.
That also is just kind of like a sexual dimension where like if you want like a relationship, that's not gonna.
Yeah. For sure.
I also think figuring out your sexuality and sexual identity in a relationship is also complicated. Sometimes you just need to be you need the space and time alone to like figure your shit out and be sad about it when you need to be sad about it. Some people are so good at it. Like I feel like even with I haven't been in a relationship for a while, but like moments that I have been very depressive with someone, I'm not a great partner. And I feel like some people are like really good at navigating that. And I'm like, I just need so much alone time. And I feel like I can be like neglectful of someone I'm with in that moment. And so, I mean, but some people I feel like can handle it really beautifully and be like, we're a partner. We're going to, your issues are my issues. Like we do that for each other.
Yeah.
I think it just depends.
Well, I think I was going to mention it before and then we went into something, but I think it's very kind that you're like reflecting on some people feel pressured to stay in a relationship because they're like, oh, I'm bisexual or I'm pan or I'm this or that, but I still love my partner. But when it's affecting you to the point where you can't be a good partner, it might be better to revisit the relationship later. You know what I mean? Like if you're that serious about the partner.
And it is like, it's like the nice thing to do for the other person too.
Exactly,
To like, I really like respect that. That's very cool.
Respect, man.
That's actually like pretty dope, dude.
That's like so cool. We're on the other side of your gender now.
Bro, that's like really chill.
That's awesome. The last question I wanted to ask you was when you broke up, because this is the hard part for a lot of people. Break up, you're out, you're like, I am bisexual. How did you first get into it with women? Were you on apps? Was there someone? Yeah.
Yeah, I did apps. The first person I had sex with after my ex, unfortunately, was a man who gave me chlamydia.
No.
Cool. Love that.
Audible
Love
sigh
that.
from Alex.
Maybe we should cut that. Is that funny? Is that just
No,
too
that's
much?
funny.
Okay.
That's funny.
Okay.
Also,
It's so funny that happened to you.
I know, it's hilarious.
hilarious that you
It's
had to
fucking
clap.
hilarious.
Also normalize STIs.
I know, you're so right. You take a pill, it goes away. It's really not. It's just more like Jesus fucking
That's
Christ.
why it's funny.
Really? Well, it's also just like
Because it's so easy to get rid of.
the first person too after a long-term relationship. I'm like, you fucking kidding
I'm
me?
turning my life around and you step out on the
Yeah.
street and get hit by a bus.
Exactly. That's really what it was. And then I dated a woman who was like lovely and made me come the first time we had sex, which was awesome.
That's incredible.
I think it felt
I know
you're looking for a
so
sound
We
effect.
really don't know this. It's a new soundboard. It's a new piece of technology.
Okay.
Thanks to the patrons.
There's something that says
Where's
porn
There's so many
times 3.
options.
I want the
I
ding.
know, I'm going to hit the wrong thing. You're going to be like,
You came the first time.
Yeah. Okay.
but it's the new soundboard, everything's in a different place, so I'm worried I'm going to fuck up. You came for the first time. No, sorry, no. I mean,
Wow. What the fuck is?
oh, sorry.
Is that a rhino farting? What was that?
Specifically a rhino. Some people say elephant. And I'm like, no.
I know.
Come on.
And that was kind of, it felt low stakes because she was gonna be in like Europe for the summer. So it was like we had a couple months together.
That's great.
And then it was like she was gonna be gone. So like
and then
I think
best
we
case
both
scenario, she takes you to Europe.
Portrait of a lady
didn't
on
happen.
fire.
Yes. Longing over a bonfire.
I lost
very
her to the
much.
sea.
Truly. Seriously. Oceans. That's why I like beaches too. I think beaches are fucking gay. They really are. They're just such,
Beach, eternal vastness. Yeah, pretty gay, dude.
seriously.
Feeling small in the universe.
I'm sorry, the pull of the moon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Feeling
that's
like I
gay.
am swimming in my mother's womb again. Absolutely.
Mountains are straight. Look how big it is. That's straight.
That's true.
Mountains are. It's so high. That's straight. But the calm, eternal mystery.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Eternal
So
mystery
true.
for sure.
Beaches
Then
are
getting
gay,
pulled
dude.
under, you might die.
What?
I don't know. Women.
It reminds me of women because I might die.
I mean,
I guess that's straight, actually.
well, mothers
yeah,
drowning their children. Okay, cut that.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay.
I'm pro. I mean, we'll get rid of it if you want. The amount of school shooting jokes I've done on here and defended them on the internet.
No.
I have defended them, being like, if we don't talk about it, who's gonna fucking talk about it? Everybody on it in the internet. Anyway, that's wonderful. Did you let her know that you were like doing it for the first time with a woman?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. She was very kind. I feel like
There you
for
go.
the most part, also, I think I was intimidated. A lot of women, I think, are like, or queer, people are very accepting of
I agree.
newness. Not all. Some are not.
Some aren't, but
Some are definitely not.
I think most of the good ones are.
but I
It's like
wouldn't
a fear
go on
I
a-
have too. Is you're like, I don't want to be the one person who's like, oh, are you just like a straight girl experimenting? You know what I mean? Like,
Maddie, no one thinks that about you.
that was one of the nicest things you ever said about me. I was like, I feel like kind of like imposter syndrome in queer spaces, and you're like, you're one of the gayer people I've ever met.
You're
Very
truly
nice.
like, no one is ever going to be like, oh yeah, she might go back to her boyfriend.
Oh, what do you want with us, cheerleader?
Yeah, exactly. That's not happening to you.
Do you feel like? Okay, can I ask a question? And if it's too much, we can cut it. If it's too personal. But I think like a thing that I think about when thinking about, I'm very like sexually attracted to women, but the idea of being emotionally intimate with a woman for whatever reason is a little bit scary for me because there's such a blueprint with men that it's like it almost feels scarily more intimate with women in some ways.
I do think it's more intimate.
Mm.
I think it is from
I have no idea,
yeah, fair.
but I've always assumed it was, and then men would tell me how mean that was. Because I
No,
used to
that-
say to my straight guy friends, I'm like, I think we're closer. I think how could you possibly be so close with someone who's so different from you?
Yeah.
And they were like, that's mean, Ashley. My relationship is beautiful as well.
I want to
It
add an
is.
asterisk onto
It
what I said.
totally
It's not
is.
that but my relationships that I've had, I mean, I've really had one serious relationship with a straight man, but it was like the deepest love I've ever felt in my
course.
life and incredibly intimate. Like it's not that that's not, but it's just a different thing where there's not, I don't know, not feeling like there's as much of a roadmap for it. Feels
Yeah.
like you're really naked in a way.
yeah,
don't-
and
I
then all
don't
of a sudden
think
you're living
it's-
together.
Yeah, I don't think it's like it's not about the love being deeper. I think it's not that. I think it's just like the amount of talking and it's a lot of processing that I feel like
It's a lot of talking, yeah.
that I also like was not used to and didn't want to do. Like I think even I started therapy at the end of my relationship with a man, and I was not used to expressing myself in a lot of ways that I'm like, this is really tiring and exhausting and makes me cry, and I'm
Yeah.
not used to this stuff.
My last girlfriend said to me we rarely fought, but in our first argument, she was like, she'd never been she'd hooked up with lots of women, but never been in a relationship with a woman. In our first fight, she goes, yeah, I gotta like take a break. Like this is a lot. And honestly, I learned from that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sometimes you have to take a fucking break.
Mm.
You get exhausted.
Yeah. So I don't even think it's necessarily about I think it depends on the person too, because there's also women who have not examined their emotions in any way and
Of
do not
course.
know how to express and communicate. But I feel like from my minimal experience, the women I am choosing to engage with have like a certain level of emotional
Yeah.
intelligence and communication ability, and I've gotten better at it myself.
Yeah.
That it is more intense.
Yeah.
But
It's a generalization. We know it's a generalization, but a lot of the time it does end up being true.
and sometimes it can be kind of like, and this is not fair because there's a lot of very emotionally complicated evolved men who know their
course.
emotions better than I do, but I sometimes just like sometimes like, well, it feels lower stakes sometimes with a man for me these days, where I'm just like, if we don't talk again, it's fine. But if but I don't want a woman to ever not like me or be mad at me, and if a man doesn't like me, I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Because women are of the moon and the ocean.
Exactly. Exactly.
Being
That's
rejected
like the
by
earth
Mother
being
Earth.
mad at you.
Exactly, Gaia.
Gaia.
Well, Maddie, thank you so much. Can we go to Maddie?
Yes.
Happy New Year. It's coming up, listener. And are things good for you? Are they? Really check in with yourself, you little queer. Are you happy? Well, I know that sleep is a huge part of having good mental health. You got to start your day right. You got to sleep well. And that's why I love my Helix mattress. It's the best sleep I've ever gotten. And it's so comfortable that when women come over to my place, they're like, oh, is this the Helix mattress? And I'm like, yes. And then I change their fucking life, listener. I change it. Helix Sleep is a premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences. The Helix Sleep includes 14 unique mattresses, including a collection of luxury models and a mattress for big and tall folks, and even a mattress just made for kids. You go and you take your quiz. It takes 2 minutes. You put in all your personal information about how you sleep, and then it matches you to the perfect mattress. And I know this because I have the perfect mattress because I took their quiz, and it's great. And if you're worried about it, there's a 100-night risk-free trial, okay? You can try out your new Helix mattress, see how your body adjusts, and if you decide that it's not the best fit, you are welcome to return it for a full refund. But I know that you're gonna love it. And it's easy, okay? These are the types of mattresses that ship right to your door. It's delivered in a box. It's an easy setup. You just pop it out of the plastic and boom, it poofs up. And it has a 10 or 15-year warranty, depending on the model that you get. So you can feel good knowing that you're making a safe purchase. And right now, Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex for up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. Okay? With Helix, better sleep starts now. I know the answer, but
I want to know what you
No, please rip into me. Please.
I know.
No, I fully.
We've been talking about whether or not that we should continue doing this bit, but all right, you gay virgin, did you have gay sex this week?
I did not.
And what's your excuse?
I have plantar fasciitis. Fasciitis. I have plantar fasciitis. I have chronic heel pain, motherfucker.
And that you know how that stopped a few lesbians
I bought.
from having sex.
You know all
before.
the heel play you're always doing?
That's
Put on a pair of Hokas and go.
I have Hokas.
Come
I
on.
bought $60.
That's why we all wear Merrills.
Yeah.
So that we can keep going down on one another.
I did buy Hokas. I also bought $60 worth of. Okay, so it seems like gay sex. It seems like some kind of sex because the shit that I bought on Amazon to fix my plantar fasciitis looks like bondage stuff. I have like these like straps where you like crank it up to keep your heel up at night. And then I bought like compression socks.
Do you need insoles?
I have insoles.
Orthotics?
I bought like went to Fleet Feet and got the cut because my feet over pronate, like they lean
Yeah, I've got
in,
the same thing.
and it's but I'm thinking about getting like a massage gun, but everything just looks like a vibrator and strappy and like it
Yeah.
looks like it should be in a dungeon.
Yeah.
So that's like the most sexual thing I've done this week.
All right.
Wait, but I did have a good gender moment
Great gender
right
moment.
before
Let's do
I
it.
got here. Okay, this is like
Is this your story for the week?
I think this is my story for the
Cool.
week. Okay, well it's short, but
No,
it
I don't
meant
mind.
a lot to me.
Maddie, I'm not judging you. I'm preparing myself
Thank you.
to give you the riffs and the support that you deserve.
Thank you. And short, it meant a lot to me. I like to think that that's what I am to other people too. Look, they're short, but they got a lot
These
going on
brief
there.
encounters where we make eye contact from across the gay bar, that's all I can offer, but I hope it was short.
Oh, I
and
meant
it meant a
I'm
lot to
physically
you.
a short person.
Oh,
I'm a little package of a lot of fun.
you are.
Thank you. But this necklace that I'm wearing,
Isn't Maddie just fundamentally the most adorable person on
that's
the
very
planet?
Truly.
sweet. Okay, thanks.
I'm
That's
sorry.
really nice.
I interrupted you to
Thank
tell you
you.
how adorable you are.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
No problem.
So my necklace.
Yeah.
I have this necklace.
Very
I
cute.
put the mic like it.
Speak.
Do you care to
necklace.
comment?
Another Harry Potter moment.
Again,
Again, I demand that we hear
Your
the
jewels are
necklace.
screaming.
okay.
You have a great scream. Do you ever use that on stage? That's a great.
That
Yeah, that.
like a macaw bird. I don't think that's what they sound like.
Hey, Google. Oh, it's not plugged in. Go on.
Well, this necklace, I got it from Light Years Jewelry in North Carolina. Great little local shop. But I want to support small business. Okay. I'll get to it.
Shout out. Uh-huh.
It's a really good jewelry store.
No, I'm sure
you
it's
can
a
order
great-
online. They'll ship anywhere in the country. But
Do you work for this?
Yeah, I was just about to say. Why
I
do
just
you know
really
that,
like
Maddie?
my hometown. So I bought this necklace and then it broke and I was going to return it. And then
Okay, now you're not selling it.
and now I'm not really helping them. But what they were very nice about them, they were like, you can return it. And then they sent me a shipping label and I was like, I have to like walk a block down to the post office.
Sure.
And I just didn't do it
Of
for like
course,
a month
the
and a
classic,
half.
you never return the thing.
But I have a wrench that I bought because I needed to put some camera equipment together and I had to buy a wrench because I tightened something too tight. And so I bought a wrench and I was able to use the wrench to fix the jewelry
Look at you.
and like mold it back together.
Yep.
This
And
feels
something-
I gotta say, this doesn't feel male to me. It feels lesbian.
Well, it wasn't that it was male. It was more the combination of like, I'm fixing my delicate pearl necklace with a fucking wrench by bending the metal. It was like, you know what I mean? It was like masculine and feminine. And I was like, I'm I'm like using my tools to bend metal, but then I get to put on like a little necklace at the end of it.
I feel that
love
so
it.
deeply. I have 2 pairs of jeweler's pliers, and I wasn't going to share this because I don't know if I really want to.
Listen, do you want women sliding in or not? Nothing is hotter to these people than being like, I have 2 pairs of jeweler's pliers.
But I was going to say, in my bag, I have to go to the post office after this because I have a necklace to send to someone that I made because I like them.
Do you
Oh my
run
gosh.
the company that they're talking about?
I do. I do. Yeah.
Bought this necklace from Julia and it fucking broke. Wait, do you want to plug your jewelry business, or are you?
Yeah, you should.
Are
plug
you
your
ready
jewelry.
to take on that big of a?
What's the
That's
style?
the thing. I
making a
don't
lot
know
of
if I
orders.
am. It's almost, I would
You
say
don't
it's
know if
like,
you're ready.
I don't know.
It's not that big.
It's not that big, but I started it in the pandemic because when I just needed to do something with my hands because I was going
I meant
insane.
the podcast isn't that big. Your jewelry company.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I imagine
no,
it's huge.
No. I thought you meant my little Instagram account.
No. We support your Instagram account. We
You
uplift your
I
Instagram
think
account.
I could see myself like your platform is big. I don't want to be inundated with messages for asking for jewelry. I don't have the bandwidth for that.
Okay, well, think about it, listener.
Think about it. Well, you
Do
can
you
follow
really,
me.
really need the jewelry? If yes,
No, follow the account and I will occasionally post
she'll
things.
think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about it.
I've never seen a business play hard to get. This is so funny. Honestly, like, God, I guess if
Isn't
you
that
want
part
it.
of it? Isn't that the exclusivity thing? It's so exclusive. They're like, we don't want to sell this anymore to you.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? I
It's
feel like that's what it is. It's
Maybe it is.
exclusivity. That's big for a brand.
yeah, like brands that are like, fuck you, you think you can wear this? It's like, I don't
No,
know.
you
I guess
can't.
not.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll
would
pay
like
you
to-
double.
I would like to have that level of branding where I can start to turn people away.
You do.
No, I don't.
You have an army of lesbians, and every day you're
It's
like,
not an
"What
army.
the fuck is wrong with you? You're not laughing." And they're like, "We love you, Ashley." You have that. You have that. You can play so hard to get.
I think the brand is I think you're an accessible lesbian though,
That's what I'm trying to be. Yeah.
which is good.
I want the straights to enjoy the programming.
yeah.
The programming,
Yeah.
The
I hope-
programming.
I hope they tune
like
in.
it's NBC in the 1950s.
Yeah.
The programming.
Well, it
Sorry,
is- what the content.
I guess programming is better than
No, no. The
I just thought
content's
programming
better.
was so cute and
No,
formal.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know why I got defensive. I have problems. Anyway, besides your jewelry company, where can people find you? These are our butt plugs. A fist for the future.
Butt plugs. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. You can find me at Julia Shiplett.
Great.
I feel like I said that so weird.
Is your
You
I
dumb
feel like
idiot.
I've
What else would
never-
it be?
No, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Julia Shiplett.
And are
You have one of my favorite Twitter accounts, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you do have a
Julia's
great
so
Twitter.
funny on Twitter.
My
Thank
Twitter
you.
sucks.
You don't need Twitter.
I know it's kind of like I feel like the window. I didn't make the window.
That you don't need the window.
I appreciate.
You have
that.
these windows. You're fine.
And I'm very, very grateful to the patrons who make this possible. I have a hard time. Clearly.
I hope we end the podcast on you saying, I have a hard time. It just ends.
Well, I want to make sure people know about your projects, and then I'll tell everybody what a hard time I'm having afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Well, are you working on anything that you want people to know about?
I'm working on some stuff that hopefully I can share later on at some point.
Follow you.
Please follow me. And if
Tapped
you are
in.
in Houston, November 4th and 5th, I
Beautiful.
will be at the Riot Comedy Club. And I'm really excited.
Awesome.
Never been. Very excited. Please come out. It's 3 shows. It's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
So go. And I'm having a hard time. Great. That was
Ashley,
a
any
long
projects
one.
you're working on? My inner emotional landscape.
That's better than what I said. Maddie T. Wiener.
We're gonna be dropping new attachment styles on the Patreon, and
You're on fucking fire.
That was
Let's
good.
go.
What would I do
That
without
was
you?
really good.
Okay. All right. I think we're done now.
We're done?
Alex. Are you getting sexted right now, Alex?
It was a bed bug report.
Oh
Do you have bed bugs?
I hope they're gone. I
What's
better not still have them.
What's the report?
Wow, you're.
I didn't
bubbling.
get to read it.
know.
I was just called out for it. I'll let you know later.
I hope you don't. That's hell.
Yeah, it was no fun.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Alex is totally fine with letting the world know that he has bed bugs.
Anyway, yeah, you can find.
You can find my bed bugs at Maddie T. Wiener.
Maddie T. Wiener on Instagram. Everything's in my Linktree in my bio.
Okay. Sign up for my text list, you piece of shit. The special. Please. Thanks for listening, guys. Patreon.com/WHGS to support the staff that makes this podcast possible. We cannot do this on ads alone. And you get stuff in return. You get 4 bonus episodes a month. Isn't that crazy? That's nuts. That is wild. You get the uncut episodes. You get the live stream of my comedy show. That is so much. Or just donate literally $1 and get into our private Discord. And to feel the warmth of knowing that you support queer art, you little bitch. Are you supporting queer art? You little bitch. Are you, here's my gay thought, are you going and snapping your fingers, being like, it's gay art, but you're not giving $1 to Ashley Cabin? Are you even gay? No, that's not my gay thought. My gay thought this week is a straight thought. Here's my straight thought. Inflation is just out of control. It's just out of control. How am I supposed to go Christmas shopping this year when gas prices... Okay, I'm trying to drive to the Mall of America. I'm trying to go to the Mall of America and put my son on the roller coaster and ignore him while I go into an Abercrombie to look at the models because I haven't had sex in 3 years. Bryson, shut up, Bryson. Bryson, shut up, Bryson. Play your Minecraft. That's my straight thought. Have a good week, guys.